Hello guys and gals, welcome back to the channel. I friggin' just heard about this recently about Trudeau and I have to friggin' talk about it because I think he's lost all brain cells officially, Justin Trudeau. And before Justin Trudeau, you try to label this as fake news. It's not. You literally put it on local stations like CTV and CBC. And this is a message to the Freedom Convoy. Do not worry about Justin Trudeau's friggin' emergency act. He can't even invoke it. And even if he could invoke it, it doesn't give them anything they can't invade your Charter of Rights or nothing. Don't worry about it. He can't even pass it to begin with because he has absolutely none of the requirements to friggin' pass it. He has none of the requirements. I just read the whole document on the computer, and I thought we'd go through it together since Justin Trudeau didn't say anything about what it was. Of course not, because he doesn't want people to know anything about it, right? So we're just reading a document off the government of Canada's website, so it's not fake. It's right off the government of Canada's website. So we're going to take a little read at that. Read the whole thing and we'll read through it so you know I'm reading it from the government. Right here. The Emergency Act. An act to authorize taking special measure. And if we read through all the fine thing, he has absolutely no any of the requirements. And whereas the influence of obligations of Canada may be seriously threatened by national emergency, in order to ensure safety and security during such an emergency, the governor and council should be authorized, subject to supervision of Parliament, take special measures that may not be appropriate in normal times. And temporary measures would be subject to the Charter. So basically, they can't violate the Bill of Rights, even with this act invoked, which he can't even invoke it in the first place because he's got none of the requirements to invoke it. So what the hell's going on with Trudeau's brain? Like, did he even read this act before he thought of trying to invoke it? Like, come on, Justin Trudeau, do your frigging homework. Seriously, for the purposes of the act is urgent. The only way it can be A, seriously endangers the lives and health of safety of Canadians, such as portions or nature as to exceed the capacity of authority to provide a deal. No, they're peacefully protesting, and none of that's in there. So, seriously threatens the seriously threatens the ability of the government of Canada to preserve sovereignty and security. Not that either. They're just refusing to work and peacefully protesting with signs. A, providing detention or imprisonments to Canadian citizens or permanent residents with based on what meaning of the subject of the Immigration Refugee Protection Act based what am I reading that right? On the basis of on the basis of race. What the hell? Are you serious? No way. Ethnic origin, color, religion, sex, age, so you can imprison what? I don't even want to, I can't even read it because I have a hard time to believe that's even real. But there it is right there. Government of Canada website, not fake news website, Trudeau, so don't even friggin' try that. So nice try. If you file a false claim or anything, it will be friggin' disputed and I will win. Because I'm reading the act right on the Government of Canada's website. Something you obviously didn't do, Justin Trudeau, because you wouldn't have tried to invoke this. And, there, read it. You can look it up on the website. I'll read it out there. You can look it up to fact check me or whatever. And you can find out this is true. Public welfare means that is caused by fire, flood, drought, storm, earthquake, or natural phenomenon, disease in human beings or animals or plants. You still ain't got nothing, Trudeau. Accident or pollution. What? Okay. Closely the state of affairs. The special temporary measures of the Governor Council may be necessary to deal emergency if direct effects of emergency do not extend the whole of Canada and the area of Canada which the emergency extend. Declare a public welfare emergency is effective on a day. Confirmation declaration shall be laid the House of Parliament in accordance with Section 58. Yeah. 2 expires at the end of 90 days unless the declaration is revoked or continued with the act. The regulation of permission travel any specific area, the evacuation of persons, removal of person. What? Yeah, that's why Trudeau didn't want to read it. There is some things sneaked into there, but you need these requirements to do so, and he's got none of them. That's the problem with that. You got none of the requirements to even invoke this. Author, like, I just read all of them. You got none of them, Trudeau. Reasonable competence and respective service rendered. The regulation of essential goods and services. The regulation of distribution of valuable essential goods sources. Authorized making of emergency payments. Yeah, I don't think this is probably another scheme. I don't know. This looks like something just because the authorization of making emergency payments. That doesn't sound good. That's all I'm going to say about that. This assessment of damage in any works undertaken, the repair, placement, or restoration thereof, the assessment of damage to the environment, elimination of the damage. None of this. All you got is actors who are fucking doing this. And literally, people have showed that too. You should have thought of that before doing a news interview in front of people with cameras who could show what's really happening. On indiction of fine exceeding 5,000 imprisonment of not exceeding 5 years or both. None of the things they're doing can cause restriction. Word declaration. It's a long document. I can see he's trying to hide things. The power of subject 1 in a matter of unduly impair the ability of any province to take measures. The view of achieving to I'm just skipping the fancy words there and then just shortening up. You can look at it. It's not putting any false info. I'm just shortening it up. I'm not taking any words out. I'm just taking all the friggin' non-needed words to make it complicated. You can check it yourself. I'm not adding anything. I'm just cutting the fancy words out and basically summarizing it. Nothing in declaration of public where the Royal Canadian Mounted Police is used or employed in a province or municipality under Section 20 of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police Act applies in respect and terms and conditions, all that. Parliament may revoke a declaration of public welfare emergency. Parliament may revoke. The Governor and Council, by promulgation, revoke a declaration of public welfare emergency, either generally or with respect to any area of the county affected. Oh, it's a long document. Holy frig, man! I'm just shortening it up a bit and taking out all the unneeded words. Any time before a declaration of public welfare emergency would otherwise expire, the Governor or Council after such consultation required by Section 14 may by proclaim continued declaration with respect to any area of Canada for such a period not exceeding 90 days. If the Governor in Council believes reasonable grounds. So he's got to get this approved. And more than likely won't work because he's got none of the requirements to friggin' do it. I don't think he read this before he decided to try to pull this. So, good job, Trudeau. You have made a screw up there, bud. Where the Governor and Council has issued a declaration of... I can't believe I haven't heard anyone talking about this. They think it's something bad, but I don't think they read through it. Because he can't even issue this. Subject 2 continues amends declaration of public welfare emergency. They're repeating things now. That's already been said. Governor Councilor, that's the same thing. Okay. Where the Pursuit Act in respect to any area of Canada and regulations may proceed declaration of all orders and effective revoke where the pursuit in this act revoke generally respect to any area of Canada all orders. This is such a long document, and I'll just link it or something because it's going to take a while to read all of this. Where the pursuit, but I'll skim through it and let you know if there's anything you need to be worried about to the Freedom Convoy. No. Oh, next page. There's 18 pages of this. Holy frig, man. Jeez. But I know he didn't read all this. No way. Yeah, but you can't, the one thing it said, you can't violate charter rights. That's one thing it said in it too. Doesn't matter if this act is in place or not, they cannot revoke the Charter of Rights. Yeah, it's a big page thing, but There's definitely nothing to worry about, mainly because of that one part there where it says they can't revoke your charter rights or anything. That's like specifically written in that. So if you thought Trudeau that was going to give you the ability to do that, no, it's not. But anyway, guys and gals, hopefully you found this video informative. And the Freedom Convoy, maybe this hopefully informed you. Don't worry about it. Read the whole thing yourself. They already stated at the start of it they can't revoke your Charter of Rights, so you're pretty much in the clear. So they can't do anything. Keep protesting. Don't listen to if they try to say you can't, because you just have a copy of the Charter of Rights and pull it up every time they try to do something like that. Say, see the Charter of Rights? They're breaking it. And record it too, of course. So yeah, that's about it. I'll leave the link for the document so you can read through the 18 pages yourself if you want, but it already said that part, so he basically can't. That's right in the beginning. So hopefully you guys and gals enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at DangerJordan1, TikTok at DangerPicture420. Also Instagram, just D'Angelo Picture. Facebook, same thing, just D'Angelo Picture. And yeah, till next time, this is D'Angelo Picture, and I am peacing